Grouping.
Okay, factoring is one way to solve a quadratic. What's another way? Square root it. And the third way is the quadratic formula. The fourth and final way you will learn how to solve a quadratic is this thing called completing the square. Okay? So on your test, you have to know how to factor, square root, quadratic formula, and complete the square. Okay? So what we're doing today, we're just going to start the process of completing the square. We will not get to our final answers today. We're going to go back tomorrow and get to our final answers. We just have to get it set up so that we can get there. Alright? When I'm talking about completing the square, I'm talking about a literal square. What do you know about a square?
It got 4 sides.
It has 4 sides and they all have to be equal. Alright, so skip all this junk up here and go to this table. You need to think back to when we had, y'all remember those tiles that we had on our desk? Okay? There was a big blue one. What was that?
What?
X squared. Yes, y'all remember the big blue square?
Mm-hmm.
That was X squared. Then there were green skinny ones.
The X.
That was X. And then there were little babies,
The regular numbers.
which is 1. Okay? So, we're going to draw a picture, and we're going to make an actual square, thinking back to the tiles that we used. Alright? So if I've got X squared right here, that's a big one. Big blue square. Okay, so you can just draw a square. It doesn't have to be blue. The color's not super important. Alright, now 6 X's. What are your X's? What tile is the X?
The skinny ones.
The skinny. Alright, now tell me again what you know about a square. It has to be 4 sides and they have to be equal. So if I put all 6 of my skinnies up here, is that going to be equal?
No.
So how many do I need to put on each side?
3.
3. I'm going to put 3 skinnies here and 3 skinnies here. Okay? So you can draw your 3 skinnies. 1, 2, 3. It does not have to be perfect. 1, 2, 3. Now, is this a total square? It's not filled in, correct? So this is why this is called complete the square. So I got to fill this guy in right here, correct? You can only fill him in with babies. The little tiny yellow ones. How many babies would complete this square? Alright, Taylor says 6. Anybody else have an idea? 4.
She said 9.
9. Alright, so let's start with the lowest. Let's start with 4. So if I come fill in here, I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4. Is 4 enough? Alright, let's try 6. 5, 6. Is 6 enough?
No.
How many babies do you need? 9. So to complete this square, you would have to add how many babies? So we're going to put right here, we're going to put plus 9. That would complete the square. Okay? Your picture doesn't have to be beautiful, and eventually we're going to learn kind of a shortcut to do this. Alright? The second one, okay? X squared. What is X squared going to be?
One blue.
1 big blue, yep. What is a negative 2x going to be?
2 red ones.
2 red skinnies. So am I going to put both 2 on the top?
No.
I'm going to do what?
1.
1 on the top, 1 on the...
Bottom.
There you go. Ooh, that was tricky. Right now. Alright, Kelvin. Ski mask off. Feet off. Hood off. Okay? So now, how many little babies do you need to complete this square? 1, just 1 baby, okay? So, we're going to have a plus 1 would complete the square. Everybody okay with that? Yes, no, kind of?
Yes.
Alright, last one. I've got x squared. What's x squared?
1 blue.
1 blue. Alright, I've got 10 x's. How am I going to do my 10 x's?
5 on
5 and 5, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
It's gonna be a big number.
It is going to be a bigger number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, so how many babies would complete this square? Alright, let's try 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is 10 enough? 10 doesn't fill in that square.
25.
Okay, so I need 20, so I need another 10. That's gonna be another 10 right here. Is 20 enough?
We need 50.
You don't need 50. 50's too many. How many do I need?
25.
25. Because y'all, every row is gonna have how many babies?
5.
5. And how many rows of 5 do I have?
5.
5. And 5 times 5 is
25.
25. So there is a little bit of a pattern here where you don't have to like sit here and draw out all these little squares. Okay? There, I needed 9 babies here, correct? I needed 1 here, and I needed 25 here. What did we do to figure out how many babies we need? What's the first thing we did with this 6?
Break it down into 2 and then.
Okay, so we got 3 and 3, so we divided it by what number?
2.
2. Did we do the same thing with this 2?
Yes.
Same thing with that 10. All right, so now tell me, is this 6, that 2, and that 10, is that your A, your B, or your C? Your B. You took your B and you divided it by what?
2.
2. Then, if I don't want to draw all these in here, is there a way to know how many would be in there?
Okay.
You multiply it by
2.
2. It's itself. What is it called when you multiply something by itself?
Color that.
No. Square, not square root it, but square it. Okay, so we took this number, we divided it by 2, we got 5, and then what's 5 squared? 25. Everybody okay with that? Alright, so flip over and go to this guy right here that says, it's got this number 1. Okay, it wants me to know how can I figure out what that C is. We took our B and what did we do with it? We divided it by 2 and then we had to square it. Okay, so if I gave you this right here, what would you do to figure out how to complete that square?
Divide
Take
by 2.
Okay, so you would do negative 12 divided by 2,
6.
and then you would have to,
6.
yeah, multiply by itself. What does that give you?
36.
36. Now, y'all, can you put this whole thing in your calculator? Yeah, and it does give you 36. Okay? So to figure out, to complete your square, you take your B, you divide it by 2, and you square it. Okay? Now, okay, we're going to go back to something we've done already in the past. Go back up to this chart right here. Okay? If I have x plus 2 squared, what does that mean?
It's you doing x plus 2 twice.
Okay, yes. So if you were to make your box, you would write x plus 2, and what would go on this side right here? X plus 2. All right, now let's fill in the box. What goes right here?
X squared.
X squared,
2.
2x,
Wait, no, 2.
2x,
4.
4. Okay, can you leave it in the box?
No.
It's got to come out of the box.
Right.
Good, so you're going to have x squared. When you combine your like terms, what are you going to get?
4x
4x
plus 4.
plus 4. All right, do it again. If I have x minus 5 squared, what does that mean?
X minus 5.
X minus 5 and x,
5.
uh-huh. What would go right here?
2. X to the second.
X to the second,
Negative 5x.
negative 5x,
Negative
Negative
5x.
5x.
and be
Yeah.
careful.
25.
All right, take it out of your box.
X squared.
Okay, when I take it out, this would be x squared, then what?
10.
Well, what kind of 10x?
Negative.
Negative 10x plus
25.
25. All right, we're going to do it one more time. Is everybody okay with what's happening?
Yeah.
Okay.
We got the record.
This is the last one you have to do the box for. X and 3, X and 3. All right, what would go in this first box?
X to the
X
second.
squared.
X squared,
3x.
3x,
3x.
and 9. Because what's 3 times 3?
9
All right, when I take it out of my box, I'm going to have x squared
plus 6x
plus 6x
plus 9.
plus 9. All right, now, I'm hoping you might be seeing a little bit of a pattern. What do all 3 of these start with?
X squared.
X squared. So what do you think this guy's going to start with?
X squared.
It is going to start with an x squared. All right, do you want to go to the second term or the last term?
The
Sure.
second.
Second term. How do you get from 2 to 4?
Adding 2 and 2 together.
Okay, doubling it.
Yes.
How do you get from negative 5 to negative 10?
Double.
Doubling
Everybody okay with that?
Mhm.
How do you get from 3 to 6?
Got it?
double,
So what should go right here?
eight,
What kind of 8? And what has to go with, are you,
eight,
x, good, -8x.
plus 6.
Alright, now, let's talk about the last term. How do you get from 2 to 4?
16.
Multiplying it by 2.
Okay, how do you get from -5 to 25?
Multiplying it by -5.
Okay, not 2, but -5, yeah. How do you get from 3 to 9?
Multiplying it by 3.
So what's going to go right here?
16.
Positive or negative?
Positive.
Positive, so plus 16.
Just multiplying it by itself.
Yeah, which is called
14.
squaring it. Alright, so this guy's going to start with x squared. Mont says, what kind of 14?
Negative 14.
Negative 14 what?
8.
Plus,
49.
alright, do the last one in your group. Don't yell it out. Okay, what's this guy going to start with, y'all?
X squared
X squared
plus 18.
plus 18 what?
X
X plus what?
81.
There you go. Alright, are we okay with that?
Yes.
Now we're going to put the two things we did together. Here we go.
What?
Just bear with me. Go to this example number 1. Okay? We're going to start by filling in this blank. How do you figure out what number goes right here?
You divided by 2 and then square.
Divide that 6 by 2 and then square it. Okay, so we're going to say -6 divided by 2 squared. You can put it in your calculator or do it in your head, and it is, everybody okay with 9? All right, so I'm going to do plus 9, plus 9. You got to do it on both sides. Keep it balanced. You with me?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I need you to think back to what we just did, and I need you to think about doing the opposite. So look, right here this has 3 terms, correct? If I wanted to get back to 2 terms,
Finding GCF.
nope, you're not finding the GCF, there's a little bit of a shortcut. We don't have to magic number. We could magic number, but it'd take a lot of work. There's a shortcut.
Divided by 9.
Divide what by 9?
Everything.
Well, if I divide that by 9, I get what number?
Divide by 80.
No, divide 9 by 81.
Okay, if I divide 81 by 9, do I get this 9?
Yes.
Okay? What about this 49?
Divided by
By
6.
7.
Okay, so I'm square
Root.
rooting it, but here's the one thing where you have to be careful. This guy was negative,
Yes.
and what's the square root of 49?
7.
Positive 7. So, besides looking at this number here, is there another number you could look at
14.
and divide it by what?
7.
7.
Not 7,
49.
49.
not 49.
Negative 7.
No, 2, because didn't we take this number and
Oh,
double
yeah.
it? So I could do negative 14 divided by 2, I get negative,
7.
or I could do negative 8 divided by 2, I get negative
4.
4. So go back to here. If I want to write this as a binomial that is squared, this would be x.
Squared.
Wait.
Yes, what kind of 3? Minus 3. Because don't you just take that number and divide it by
Oh, yeah.
2?
I think I lost.
Kind of. Just bear with me. Equals, what's 40 plus 9?
49.
49. Okay? This is all that we're doing today. Getting it to this point right here.
Are we done?
Okay? We're done with that problem. Okay, now listen, we don't have the answers yet, because the answers would be x equals, correct? We're going to do that part tomorrow. We're just going to practice doing this. Alright, so go to number 2. Flip over. We're going to start by filling in that blank. What are we going to do to fill in that blank?
Divide by 2 and square.
Divide what by 2?
20.
So 20 divided by 2 and
10.
square it.
It's 100.
100.
Okay, 100 plus 100 plus 100.
And then
Alright, pause. Now I need to let's do the easy part first. What's 100 plus 21?
121.
Alright, so that side's easy. This side I need to write as a binomial that's been squared. So I need x and then something right here.
it's 10.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have x plus 10 squared. Divide this 20 by 2. Divide the 20 by 2. Okay? Everybody goes x plus 10 squared.
Yes.
That's all we're doing today.
Are we done?
We're done with that problem. Alright, go look at number 3. 3 is a little bit different because it's equal to 0. What were all of these equal to? They're equal to just the what?
41.
This one was equal to 21, and this one was equal to
Right.
40. So I do need to move something on number 3. What do you think you're going to move? The 3. So your step 1 is going to be set equal to C. Because isn't the C the number that's all by itself? Okay. So I'm going to move that 3. How do I move this negative 3? I'm going to add it, and I'm going to have x squared minus 2x. Go ahead and put plus blank equals 3 plus blank. All right? Without yelling it out for the whole world, I want you to fill in the blank.
I already did.
Tell me the number that goes in the blank, but how do you figure out the number that goes in the blank? What do?
Divide.
What divide what? Your A, B, or C?
Your B.
B divided by 2 what?
Squared.
Squared. All right, so what should go in this blank?
X.
One.
I mean 1.
Okay, it should be plus 1 plus 1. Okay, because negative 2 divided by 2 is negative 1. Negative 1 squared is 1. All right, yes, now do the easy part. What's 3 plus 1?
4.
4. All right, now, step 3, I need to write this as a binomial. That is squared. So it's going to look like this. All right, I want you to figure out. It's going to be x and then something. Don't yell it out. Y'all, so what's going to go right here? X minus 1, because I'm going to do negative 2 divided by,
1.
not 1,
Wait, oh.
divided by 2.
2.
Okay, this is as far as we're getting. We'll do step 4 tomorrow. All right, we're going to do 4 and 5, and then we will be done with notes.
What be done? Does now?
No, don't know. We're doing a matching thing. All right, number 4. What needs to be moved first? Your 15. How do you move that 15? Okay, add your 15. Good. And I'm going to have x squared plus 14x plus blank equals 15 plus blank. All right? Now you got to complete the square. What's going to go in that blank?
49.
A 9 says 49, yes or no? How do you get 49, somebody besides Anaya? What are you dividing? 14 divided by 2, which is what? And then 7 squared is
49.
49. All right, do the easy part. What's 15 plus 49? 64? Okay, now this needs to be written as a binomial that is squared. So it's going to be either x plus something or x minus something. Mom says x plus 7.
Yes.
Yay or nay?
Yes.
How did he get 7?
Divide 14 by
2.
Divide 14 by 2. Very good. All right. Number 5. Okay, what do we need to move first? Good. How do you move the 16? Love it. Subtract it. So we're going to have x squared minus 14x plus blank equals negative 16 plus blank. Hey, what?
We still do minus 16 or negative?
Minus, negative 16 when you add it together.
Oh,
What's going in our blank?
Negative 7. Oh, wait.
What's going right here?
49.
49. Okay, so 49 goes there. It's got to go here. All right, what is negative 16 plus 49?
33.
All right, and this guy's going to be
X minus 7.
X
Squared.
squared. Okay? Do we kind of feel the pattern?
Yes.
All right, so here's what you're